This video is by Straight Goods News, SGNews.ca.
The real question here is, where is the plan to protect Canadians? I mean, to talk about spending money, money has been spent clearly over the past 10 years. But when the Auditor General looks at it, he can't find a plan that says, here's how we're protecting Canadians. We've got a cyber incident security response center that's not in a position to respond. The major incident that occurred in January 2001 wasn't even reported to the center by the government itself for a week later. And yet, according to the report here, the responsibility for coordinating a response rests with the CIRC. So, money, announcements about money don't matter if you don't have an action report or an action plan and a plan that visibly is responding to the needs to coordinate, to inform, and people don't know that they should report to this center. The center is only available 8 to 4. They're talking about they have a plan, or they're working to extend. I think the way the Auditor General says, they're working to extend the hours to 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. But that's a plan. But where is that money? Where is the money going to be spent? That's going to actually put a plan into place that's working.
Sensitive information, which agencies say was a massive breach. What would you say? What do you say about the level of security, the security level at when we're talking about the intelligence community?
Well, I think the incident itself says a lot about that. I mean, how is it that a guy can walk out of one of the most secure places in Canada for intelligence, Halifax, with a little thumb drive containing vital information? That's clearly a significant problem. And something that, frankly, when you see the level of response by CIS is called it, I think, irreparable harm, severe and irreparable. Trinity itself called it astronomical damage done to Canada's interests. And yet we had instead of the Minister of Defence humbly responding by saying this is a serious problem and we're doing everything we can to fix it, says that there's no story here. A few days later, after the interrogation which released all this, we've got the minister saying, oh, all of our allies are confident in Canada's ability to protect its secrets, or something to that effect. We're trying to reassure people that nothing is wrong and we haven't damaged our relationships, when clearly that wasn't the case. So I think it's, until the government starts taking it seriously, and we had Vic Tays saying last week that we're reviewing our security procedures. Well, duh. Are you waiting a year to do that? Or what did you do as soon as you found out that this kind of breach was possible, and clearly you hadn't taken the measures that should have been taken up to then to prevent these things from happening? I don't see, again, here's a government who talks the talk about national security, but when it comes to an incident like this, which is, seems to me, I mean, I'm no expert in Canadian history and security, but I gotta go back a long way to see the kind of information like this being sold, in this case by a Canadian citizen to the Russians, over a 5-year period. Detailed information about our allies and plans and people that is astounding. So to try and brush it off by saying, oh, our allies are confident about Canada and our role is, one wonders, what's the other response? What are they doing to manage the problem? Frankly, it bothers me.